My name is H.A. Goodman, and I'm an author, columnist, and journalist. Hit subscribe right now. We're on our way to 140,000 subscribers. Check out H.A.'s Second Amendment below. Awesome new channel. You have to check that out. And check out my RT Crosstalk segment. That is below. Ladies and gentlemen, if I told you Rod Rosenstein stated President Trump is not the target or the subject of a Mueller probe investigation, what would you say? You'd say, obvious. The whole thing was set up by Hillary Clinton. If indeed it is fraud to commit, to engage in a plot with another country to influence the election, then Hillary Clinton obviously broke that statute. She purchased the Steele dossier through her law firm. The Steele dossier is a bunch of rubbish and nonsense that is composed with sources that are, some of the sources are even Russian intelligence officials or officers or whatever. And, of course, Russian nationals, all of these things. Just read the Steele dossier that the wonderful, wonderful, wonderful organization, what is that beautiful media group, published. Anyway, Trump says Rosenstein assured him he is not a Mueller target. Well, this is the Hill. President Trump dismissed special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation into his former associates in a New York Times interview. In the interview, Trump says Rosenstein has made clear to him that he is not a subject of Mueller's investigation. There you go. He told the attorneys that I'm not a subject. I'm not a target. Okay, this is just hours ago. Now, if you go to April 4th, 2018, Mueller told Trump he's not a criminal target in the Russia probe. That may not mean what you think. Okay, so not only Rod Rosenstein, Robert Mueller stated, there's something for everybody in this big story the Washington Post broke Tuesday night about how special counsel Robert Mueller told President Trump's lawyers last month that Trump isn't currently a criminal target in the Russia investigation. Great. Okay, so Rod Rosenstein is repeating what Robert Mueller has stated. Oh, but wait, there's more. But wait, there's more. But wait, there's more. James Comey. Comey says Trump wasn't among 4 Americans targeted in an FBI probe. So, an FBI counterintelligence probe into Russian meddling. Yeah, right. In the 2016 presidential election, initially targeted 4 Americans, but not Republican nominee Donald Trump nor his campaign. Okay. He wasn't even initially part of any investigation. James Comey also confirmed this to Trump. The guy is not being investigated, okay? The whole thing is a setup. How do we know? Because Peter Strzok said, we'll stop Trump. He stated that in his text messages. In his text messages, he stated that. So what more do we need? There should have been a special counsel, but we had Sessions. Look, William Barr is going to be confirmed next Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. Rod Rosenstein is out the door. There's a whole new paradigm shift next Thursday. Be very, very excited. I'm not saying trust William Barr. All that nonsense didn't work out with Sessions, did it? I was telling people, and I helped expose that whole myth. There's myths on the right, there's myths on the left. The hoax or the fantasy on the left, unfortunately, is perpetuated by the media and by intelligence agencies that are just, their reason for existing is deception. But here, this is Fox News. An FBI counterintelligence probe into Russian meddling in the 2016 presidential initially targeted 4 Americans, but not Republican nominee Donald Trump or his campaign. Comey said, Comey says Trump wasn't among 4 Americans targeted in FBI probe. Then Comey says, oh yeah, Comey stated that he wasn't a part of the investigation. He wasn't being investigated. Mueller told Trump he's not a criminal target in the Russia probe. Okay, this is the Washington Post. Aaron Blake, April 4th, 2018. He didn't, look, all of his associates from Manafort who engaged in criminal conduct because he purchased a ostrich feather jacket, and he was gaudy, and he committed financial crimes that have nothing to do with Trump or the election. Michael Flynn is an honorable man. General Michael Flynn is an honorable man who should be completely pardoned. Or he should have been pardoned already. He was set up by Peter Strzok and Andrew McCabe. Andrew McCabe, by the way, is a criminal investigation into him. There's a criminal investigation into James Baker, the FBI legal counsel, who, by the way, agreed with me in 2016 in The Hill, the Huffington Post, Salon. My articles were going viral. Almost all of them had to do also not only with Bernie Sanders, but the Clinton email investigation. And I was saying she was going to get indicted. Guess what? The top legal counsel at the FBI, James Baker, who has a criminal probe because he was leaking information, he agreed also in testimony, according to Paul Sperry and Mark Meadows. So we have a Senate Judiciary investigation that will start. Lindsey Graham's going to start an email investigation, the Clinton email investigation. It's 2019. It's February 2019. There's going to be a new Clinton email investigation. William Barr is going to be confirmed this coming Thursday, February 7th. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, February 7th is a new sheriff in town. You should be very happy. This is like paradigm-changing news. This is one of the best things you've heard all day, in addition to Trump's tweets, which I'll get to today. But the point is, what the heck is the point? The point is, you had Mueller, Rosenstein, just hours back, or day back, Mueller and James Comey. They wiretapped all the phones of people he spoke to, which means he was caught in incidental communication. If somebody wiretaps your husband's phone or your wife's phone, guess what? You're part of your voice is going to be intercepted, because you're going to be obviously call your girlfriend or your friend or your wife or your husband or whatever. I think the Trump Tower server or computers at Trump Tower, the FBI got hold of, or the NSA. Everything. We can go on. I want to get it. Okay. The guy was surveilled since 2015. Even GCHQ was in on it. But hold it. Trump Tower server. Let's just look at this. Okay, here we go. So, Trump Tower server, that was already looked at. Okay. This is hilarious. So they already looked at a server. All right, they found nothing. Oh my god. Investigated FBI sees no clear link. Okay, the server. So they already looked at the server. By the way, it wasn't there was no bleach bit. They found nothing. The FBI already looked at the server. They found nothing. They wiretapped Flynn. They wiretapped Manafort. They had a FISA warrant on Carter Page. What else? They found nothing. You can look at James Clapper had no evidence of Trump-Russia collusion in March of 2017. Basically, the collusion would have taken place prior to March of 2017. James Clapper, who was privy to all the nonsensical, absurd fantasy fabricated by people who didn't like Trump, he stated, "Oh, there's no Trump-Russia collusion. We have no evidence to Chuck Todd." There was nothing. Absolutely nothing. If you believe this, you're a Democrat who's completely delusional. And you probably also thought Hillary was going to win the Electoral College, which didn't happen, which I said wouldn't happen. But FBI, no clear link. Investigating Donald Trump, FBI sees no clear link to Russia. New York Times, October 31st, 2016. New York Times, October 31st, 2016. But then there's more. Michael Flynn calls FBI. FBI reviewed Flynn's calls with Russian ambassador, but found nothing illicit. Washington Post, January 23rd, 2017. You have the BuzzFeed story that was refuted by Special Counsel Robert Mueller. You have the CNN story now that, the restricted calls, the blocked calls. Oh, that wasn't President Trump to Trump Jr. So, I'm trying to, find, what is going on? Oh, he might have colluded with Russia. It would have been a big problem. He didn't collude with Russia. Okay? She lost because of the Comey letter, because there were emails, ladies and gentlemen, emails that were classified on Anthony Weiner's laptop. And then how she was able to transfer top secret and special access program intelligence, we do not know. Outside of an intranet called JWIX, and whoever gave her the ability, Hillary Clinton, to simply transfer emails without taking photos or whatever, whoever gave her the ability, we don't know. We have no clue. But it's illegal inherently. And it's game, set, match. The second they find out how she transferred the top secret and special access program intelligence, it's game, set, match. You think the majority of the country watches my channel? No, only wonderful people. By the way, if you want to contact me, it's contactgoodman78@gmail.com. I have amazing people who watch this channel. But the majority of the country doesn't understand. They don't get it. They're like, emails, what? But her emails, but her emails. No. It's how did she transfer the top secret intelligence? How? Do you know? Messenger pigeon, photographs, what? Cell phone pics, what? How did she do it? Because she got Brian Pagliano, she got other people. Did people at the State Department just say, oh yeah, here, just go ahead and you're part of you can actually transfer things out of the country onto your server, no problem. We have no clue. We have no idea. That's the issue. This is all a fabricated stunt for 2 years with the most impressionable, gullible, delusional people. They doubled down on their insanity and cult-like behavior. It's comes to the point where idiocracy is the Democratic Party. It's not what you hear about Trump. That's not Trump. Oh, he's this, he's that. I mean, every month they find a new way to look back into the past and say, oh, he's a racist monster ogre. But by that standard, by the logic they use, Hillary Clinton is far worse in deed, in action, and also in rhetoric. So there you go. And I explained this in my RT Crosstalk segment. Check that below. And by the way, HA Second Amendment, I'm working on building that channel. Next week, I have an AR and an AK, both California compliant. I plan on going to the range, outdoor range. Well, it's raining in LA, but hopefully it stops raining. And I plan on doing segments like this a mag dump segment comparing both rifles. Because there's always, a comparison or a rivalry between the AK and the AR. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Look, the point is this. Check out HA Second Amendment. The latest upload is a 1911 45 ACP Springfield Armory, which I think is one of the great manufacturers and great companies out there. That's my favorite. Springfield Armory is my favorite company. Anyway, it's great from 20 feet. Check it out. It's below. Ladies and gentlemen, he's not under investigation. That's why he didn't fire Mueller. He should have fired Mueller. He really should have fired Mueller. And he shouldn't have listened, because what were they going to do? He had a Republican House. What would have happened? He wasn't going to get impeached in the House. Now they're going to impeach him on something. They're going to try to impeach him. He'll declare a national emergency, almost certainly. Check out my last segment. And, okay, they're going to try to impeach him on something. The Mueller report's going to come out. It's going to, Mueller's going to go to Kinko's and get the nice, or like, Office Depot, and get the nice little glossies. A lot glossy cover, like a little book report you do in like 8th grade. And he's going to say, oh, yeah, you need some question marks here. I didn't have time, enough time. You want 30 years? You want 50 years, Mueller? How about a century? You want a century of work? We'll just forever investigate a nonsense that was purchased by Hillary Clinton through the Steele dossier and CrowdStrike. She outsourced CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike is the third-party tech firm that the United States government trusted to give it copies and images of DNC servers. Oh, gee. It just happened to be outsourced by Democrats. They were given money by Democrats. So above board. It's fantastic. Why didn't they ask Republicans for a great tech firm? Oh, I don't know. Probably just because maybe it's a conflict of interest. Maybe they wouldn't trust Republicans. Why should we trust Democrats? The United States government should have looked at DNC servers. Of course, the DNC had a lot to hide. That's why they didn't give their servers. Ever wonder why every single day there's horrible hit pieces on Trump, yet the economy is doing great? Yet jobs report just yesterday beat estimates. The stock market's going up. Well, you don't hear any more about, oh my God, the stock market's down. Stock market's back up. Economy's still doing well. He's bringing home Americans from never-ending counterinsurgency wars and conflicts. That's a great thing. People say, oh, H.A. Goodman, how did you go from Bernie to Trump? Because Bernie Sanders, God, it's so easy to understand. Bernie Sanders, one of the biggest one of the biggest issues in his platform was that he wanted to end quagmires. But you can't expect people who focus only on semantics and euphemisms to really care about American soldiers away from their families. You think the American left cares about that? They care about condemning. They care about their little neuroses, their stupid theories that nobody cares about. They focus on the dumbest things in the world that the rest of humanity is like, what? That's silly. That's stupid. Meanwhile, we have the max boot Bill Kristol, Hillary Clinton foreign policy that says, oh, we have to oust this dictator and that person and keep Americans there for decades, literally, almost 20 years. And Trump, which is exactly one of the reasons I became a Trump supporter. I said he's going to bring back Americans, and he did. Yet another thing I was right about. He's bringing Americans home. He's getting the ball rolling on that. And of course, Democrats don't want that. And the homeless walrus, John Bolton, I call him the homeless walrus. He looks like a walrus, a homeless walrus. Anyway, you have Bolton, you have Democrats, you have people, you can't bring home Americans. Well, Trump's doing it. And he's presiding over a great economy. And he's presiding over peace between North and South Korea. Those achievements alone make him infinitely better than Obama, who destroyed Libya. Has Trump destroyed a nation? Oh, no, that's right. That's Obama and Clinton. So tell me again how Trump's a supremacist enabler, all this stuff. Oh, the country in Latin America. No. If you just say the name of the country, it's like, I think, against the YouTube policies. So, okay. No, it's not the same thing. It's not analogous. Not the same thing. They're so thirsty. They're just dying to get some kind of morally relative. Without mental gymnastics and moral relativity, you don't have any paradigm on the left. It's just Twitter. You take Twitter away from the left, they're done. There is no more movement in the Democratic Party other than a bowel movement, which is what Bernie's political philosophy is now. I want to apologize for me getting cheated. I'm the one who should apologize. I apologize. In fact, it was a Russian plot to have me run. Therefore, it was good that I was cheated, and I apologize for getting cheated. So, in fact, it was all my fault. In fact, when you look at it, really, you should blame me for getting cheated by Deborah Wasserman, which, by the way, was a Russian plot to help Trump to get people to vote for me and Jill Stein. That's pretty much what took place. That's where Bernie Sanders is right now. He's and then he goes, he's like, oh, you know, I just think we should withdraw troops in an orderly manner. What? An orderly manner? What are you talking about, Bernie? Your whole thing was ending quagmires. You voted against Iraq. Hit subscribe right now. Definitely check out HA's Second Amendment. We're growing. Lately, like the past couple of days, have been like very quiet. Rosenstein's out. The Mueller probe's eventually going to end very soon. And oh, guess what? We have a new Attorney General. Tell your friends about H.A. Goodman on YouTube and H.A. Second Amendment. Let's get this channel to 140,000 subscribers, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so very, very much.